Alright, so what we're going to work on today is your step patterning. Now, what's really important about step patterning is that we're trying to limit the amount of work that happens at your knee and increase the amount of work that you're doing from your hip. So what we mean by that is if I stand side onto this step and I go to step up and use my knee in a knee dominant movement, what's going to happen is I'm going to come forward over my toes. So you see my knee travels way out over my toes, and then I start to push up, straight up and down. And this kind of knee dominant straight up and down motion is really, really common when we're guarding against knee pain, which is a bit counterintuitive, but it's just how it tends to be. The default tends to be slide forward and collapse in. So then we start to search for movement like this. So we'll go to sit up and, and that hurts a little bit, and we avoid it. So then we start, launching and shifting around things. Now, what we want to try and do to change that pattern is get you used to and comfortable with the feeling of trying to pull yourself up on the box. So if you can imagine that your foot passes through the box, by stepping up, we're trying to generate this motion. We're trying to pull down and back as we step up. So to do that, you want to set up with your shin vertical. From here, get your shoulders over the top of your toes. So from side on, not back here, shins vertical, shoulders over the toes. Then from there, you're going to pull downward into the box, crushing your heel, like you're trying to crush a can with your heel. So you push down and pull your hips through as you stand. Then as you reverse that movement, we're going to sit the hips back and then down, back to the same position we started. So the shin stays vertical, the hip gets behind your heel. Okay, so from here, I'm crushing the box with my heel, pulling myself through with my hip, and then I'm going to reverse it, sit back, and down. So the whole time, if you pay attention to my shin angle, it stays in basically the same position as I go. So there's very little stress on the knee when we do it this way. So from the front, what that looks like, we're going to crush the heel into the box first, shoulders over the feet, and then pull your hips up onto the box. Sit the hips back, and then down with control. Pull up, sit back, down with control. So practice this pattern. Now if it's too hard for you to step all the way up, just practice getting comfortable here and trying to lean pressure onto the foot. You don't have to step all the way up, but just get used to the feeling of setting your shin vertical, getting your shoulders over your feet, and feeling like you're going to initiate that stepping action. Okay? So you're going to spend 2 minutes working through that. Find where you're at. We don't want to cause pain here. We just want to get you comfortable with that different movement pattern and the different positioning to initiate it. If you can step all the way up, congratulations. If you can't step all the way up, that's fine. Just work where you're at and get used to that pattern for the next 2 minutes. So 1 minute to 2 minutes on each leg.